This is 7 National News, and in our top story, UAE Vice President and Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, this morning performed Eid Al Adha prayers at the Sheikh Rashid Mosque in Zabil. The ruler of Dubai was accompanied by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Deputy Ruler of Dubai, and His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, the Chairman of Dubai Civil Aviation Authority and the Chairman of Emirates Group, and a number of sheikhs and worshippers. On the holy occasion, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed wished good health to President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan and prosperity and happiness to all UAE residents. And worshippers were out in force across the country early this morning to mark the start of Eid Al Adha with prayers. Across all Emirates, the morning rush got off to an early start as thousands of people hurried to the mosque at 6 a.m. According to a local report, while early arrival prayed with the imam, there were some cases in Sharjah where thousands more were laying down their mats around the mosque, some opting to lay their mats on the island in the road and pray in front of the mosque. Over the next few days, the Eid Al Adha holiday will see family and friends come together in celebration across the country, as well as children enjoying their Eid gifts and new clothes. More than 7,000 Syrian refugees have received clothing from Emirates Red Crescent to help them prepare for Eid Al Adha. The jointly administered UAE Jordanian camp in Murajib Al Fahud received the aid as part of an ongoing distribution campaign, according to the Emirates news agency WAM. The Fujairah Welfare Association is also working in coordination with the ERC and presented a cash donation to allow refugees to buy clothes for Eid as well as winter clothing. More parking in Sharjah city will come at a cost as an additional 4,000 metered spaces are introduced next year. According to local reports, some existing free spaces will have meters added, while Sharjah municipality is also building some new parking bays, taking the total available in the emirate to 32,000. The spaces will be on internal roads in Al Majaz 2, Al Majaz 3, Al Suhoor, Al Majrafa, Al Majahra, Al Tarfana, and Al Jubail. Additionally, Sharjah municipality officials stated that inspectors have issued 206,760 parking fines during the first 8 months of this year. Out of the total number of fines, there were 82,325 fines issued for not paying for parking, another 67,058 for expired parking tickets, and 56,122 fines for wrong parking. They also added that nearly 32% of customers pay their fines through sending an SMS to 5566. Indian expatriates in the UAE who still hold handwritten passports are advised to urgently replace their handwritten passports with machine-readable passports. The Indian Embassy in Abu Dhabi on Sunday released a public advisory issued by the Ministry of External Affairs in India regarding the phasing out of handwritten Indian passports. According to local reports, handwritten passports had to be replaced by machine-readable passports by November 25, 2015, as per a previous international deadline set by the International Civil Aviation Organization. However, an official from the Indian Embassy was quoted in a local daily stating that some 200,000 handwritten Indian passports are yet to be made machine-readable globally. The rule mainly applies to handwritten passports issued during mid-1990s with a validity of 20 years. It is not immediately known how many passport holders in the UAE still fall in the category requiring the replacement. According to an advisory issued, Indian citizens residing in the UAE and holding handwritten passports are urged to immediately apply for machine-readable passports to avoid any inconvenience in obtaining valid visa or for international travel, adding that travel on machine-readable passports will facilitate a hassle-free and safe journey. The divorce rate among Emirati nationals, where both the spouses are Emiratis, has dropped, according to the latest report by the Dubai Statistics Center. In a report published by a local daily, the divorce rate in such cases stood at 3.7 for every 1,000 Emiratis living in Dubai last year. The Dubai Statistics Center report revealed also that the general divorce rate reported last year was at 6 for every 1,000 Emiratis living in Dubai when both spouses are Emiratis or one of the spouses is an Emirati. However, the net divorce rate stood at 12.5 for every 1,000 married Emirati citizens in most cases when both spouses are Emirati citizens or if one of the spouse is an Emirati. Also last year, the net divorce rate among Emirati couples was 7.8 for every 1,000 married Emiratis in Dubai, which is considered one of the highest divorce rates globally. The marriage contracts registered last year in Dubai for an Emirati husband married to an Emirati woman reached 1,080, while it was 1,158 and 1,111 in 2014-2013 respectively. For marriage contracts signed between an Emirati spouse and a non-Emirati, the number went up to 763 marriage contracts last year, while it was 881 contracts in 2014 and 790 contracts in 2013. Eid Al Adha celebrations have begun with huge crowds expected to throng malls, new attractions, parks, beaches, and restaurants all over the UAE. According to local reports, scores of tourists from the GCC are in town to take advantage of shopping deals, shows, and dining options. All Emirates have organized a host of attractions such as fireworks, shows, and performances. Many families are flocking to public parks, beaches, and tourist spots for Eid, and some have planned staycations at UAE resorts. In Dubai, the 9th edition of Eid in Dubai, Eid Al Adha campaign, which is organized by the Dubai Festival and Retail Establishment, an agency of Dubai Tourism, runs for 10 days until September 17th. Among the highlights of this year's Eid celebrations at malls in the Emirate are the Looney Tunes show, the Jungle Book Nickelodeon Play Park Live, and the garden-themed event Forever Friends Picnic. Meanwhile, Sharjah has also geared up its Eid Al Adha programs and activities, offering visitors a set of indoor and outdoor entertainment activities, especially at different tourism destinations, falling under the Sharjah Investment and Development Authority, Shuruk. Fireworks will also light up at Al Majaz waterfront between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m., showcasing a combination of water, light, and music at Sharjah's fountain.